F9 is directed by Justin Lin. This time we have Dom set out to retrieve a piece of tech, and we also have his brother Jacob in the way that happens to be working for Cypher. Now, as a fan of this franchise, there are things that I just got a kick out of from this thing, okay? But I do want to try to be as transparent as possible. Now, if I'm biased, I'm going to let you know, okay? The opening flashback was pretty cool. We see young Dom and Jacob with their father and stuff, and it sort of sets up their relationship. We finally see Dad as this NASCAR participant type guy. He's like one of the drivers for one of the racetracks of that time, and I thought it was just a great way to show how deep that racing spirit actually was for Dom. The things that we all came here to see, like the extreme stunts and the fight scenes, those were all amazing. They always look to top what they've done in the previous film, and I particularly like the way Justin Lin directs his action scenes. None of them feel jarring or half-assed. And I really do commend him for keeping up with that consistency. I thought the use of that magnetic mechanism thing that they had, I thought was just bonkers. Just a bonkers idea for a chase scene. They also bring back some old characters from the Tokyo Drift movie, and I'm not gonna lie, it did like creep a little smile on my face. I mean, we got Bow Wow, Ludacris, and Tyrese, all recording artists that I grew up with together in one movie. Like, bruh. But to see Lucas and his friends kind of all grown up and sort of living it out in Tokyo, I thought it was a nice wink to the fans for sure. And there's a bunch of nice character moments too. I don't know, but I always feel like when I go in, I never expect to get as much character story that I usually get with these films. It's like the films, dare to make room for, like to see that camaraderie with Dom and his crew and things like that, and just have little moments that they share. And the movie never has to do that. Like the films never have to go down that route, but the fact that they do, it's you have to acknowledge it, man. Like it has a little bit of heart, because of that. Luda and Tyrese's chemistry is on point in this one. Like I really enjoy the humorous moments that they kind of share together. Like they still roasting each other and sort of joshing on each. You know what I mean? Like it's always just kind of nice to just see that they're just having a good time and stuff. And I can really tell that Luda and Tyrese as the actors, they are really enjoying being in these movies. But I gotta say, my favorite moments were the flashback scenes with young Dom and Jacob. I thought those actors killed it. Like they actually did a really good job at casting the likenesses of the grown up Dom and Toretto's. Like the guy who plays young Dom actually looks just like him, and you have like little John Cena. I was like, oh wait, he even has fucking hair. All that being said, this has to be the dumbest, most fun I've ever had. But mostly dumbest. Let's first talk about the action. With the franchise, it was always about the cars and the action. Granted. But the writers, at least I feel, they always knew where to draw the line when it came to the ridiculousness of the stunt. Like, sure, all the films are over the top and they always break the laws of physics, okay, but they were always within the realm, of some form of, belief, if that makes sense. Almost like what you're seeing on screen is not possible, but still possible at the same time. Like the action was still tamed enough to stay grounded, but still allow itself to sort of get carried away. And in the end, I think when it did get carried away in certain moments, that's what just made it so fucking fun about these movies, But with F9, it's like they said, fuck it. And I'm sorry, not impressed. Like that car swinging on the ropes that we all saw in the trailer, it looks really cool, but it's just stupid. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's all the Fast movies. No. The safe chase scene in Fast Five, awesome to see, but it wasn't dumb. The tank scene where Dom is like super jumping over this bridge to catch Letty and stuff, cool, but it's not stupid. Okay, maybe a little stupid, but you get what I'm saying. The supercar jumping through the skyscrapers, it's not dumb. It's just cool, right? But it's not stupid. But to have someone purposely drive off a cliff and catch a rope at the tail end of it and swing its way on the other fucking side of the mountain, give me a fucking break. And that's what this film brings. It's like it brings 3 times the action with 10 times the absurdity. And as much as I had fun watching it, I felt like it broke the rules of the franchise. Also, Han returns in here. And look, I'll just say this. Okay, look, I'm glad he's back. And I'm not going to really say too much because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, even though it's like super out now. But the way they explain his revival or his save, if you want to call it that, I'm sorry. I just wasn't buying it. It was just, it's just so dumb. It's so stupid. And it was confusing. I was like, wait, what? Now, nobody's going to say this. And I think I'm fair to say this because I'm a huge fan of the franchise, but I'm just going to say this just as like a constructive criticism part of it all. But I think Mr. Nobody's addition to the movies was a bad idea. I'm sorry. Like, I love Kurt Russell. I do, and I'm a huge fan of his old action movies and stuff. But I just feel like, you know, they use him to allow for these dumb plot points to happen, and I can't keep pretending that I like this shit. They have all of these, you know, military vehicles at their disposal. You know, they have, you know, all of this technology just, you know, at their will. And it's like the franchise literally turned itself all the way around from what it used to be and just went full on 007. The Dom and Jacob fight. I won't say it's bad, but it ain't no Dom and Rock fight. You feel me? Like, it could have been just way better. Okay, like it was just too much throwing each other around and running away from each other. Like they have like a long chase scene, sort of like how they did with the Fast Five, where like they're chasing each other. But you know, when they start to fight, it really is just like, oh yeah, get him. Oh, it's over. Okay. Now I don't know if Vin Diesel's contract about taking or not taking too many punches was in effect here, but if it was, somebody please tear that shit up. Please. Jacob was marketed in this movie as somebody that is stronger, smarter, faster than Dom, and we don't ever see that. Also, the spacing. Here's what I'll say. I like when they do get to space, like they show their faces change as if they were like, you know, school kids. And, you know, I think it was a nice way to sort of sell it to the audience, you know, like, yeah, we're in fucking space, you know, because when I saw them kind of, you know, like, oh my God, we're in space. It's kind of like, yeah, y'all in space now, you know. So it was like, I'm not gonna lie, I did sort of feel what they were trying to do with that. Okay, and that's another thing that this movie does too. Like it has meta moments where they now know how dumb things are actually getting, like super ridiculous. Like they have now put like sprinkles in the movie where it's like, yeah, we know we are so off the rails with this shit. But after experiencing the space scene, all I could think was just how dumb this shit is. You know, like it's just so dumb. Like, why did y'all do this to this franchise? Why did y'all do this shit? Now it's not a Fast and Furious movie anymore. Now it's like a fucking sci-fi movie. You get what I'm saying? It's something that I think Michael Bay could have directed. And that fucking scares me. You know, I mean, even shit when when they're in space and you know you have Tyrese kind of saying, you know, two dudes from the ghetto in space, like ain't nobody gonna believe this shit. And it's like I know because this shit is fucking ridiculous. But I blame two things. Number one, the writing. Now this film isn't written by Chris Morgan this time. It's written by I believe Justin Lin himself and Daniel Casey behind the pen. And that may have been a huge mistake because I just feel like, you know, Chris Morgan, he knew the DNA of this franchise. Like when the fans were going on social media with a bunch of memes and just kind of going all crazy with their, you know, the theories about where the franchise could go. Like the franchise could go here, the franchise could go there. Like, oh my God, they can be in space and they can go, you know, ride dinosaurs and stupid. Like they can times when all of the fans are kind of get carried away with their theories. You know, Chris Morgan's the guy that's like kind of flattered, but he's like, yeah, that's good one, that's a good one, but not so fast. Okay, this is still Fast and Furious movie. You know, I mean the stunts are cool and all, but that's not. We don't gotta go bonkers with this shit. I feel like that was him. But with the new writers, I felt like they wanted to play into the curiosities of the fans, you know, with the crazy theories and stuff, and maybe play with something like going to space. And it was a meme for a reason, which leads me into my second reason why this movie was just. I blame the internet. Call me crazy, but I am not a fan at all of studios listening to the trolls and to the online shit that happens online. I'm just not. I feel if you know a story and you know it better than we do, just tell the story how you want and let us as the fans just have fun with it. But ignore our ideas on how to progress the story. You know, and I'm starting to see studios sort of kind of fall into that. They're starting to really listen to what, you know, the fans want, you know, a little bit too much and you know, actually taking in what they're saying to help, you know, build on their story. And it's hurting franchises in my opinion. I really feel like if you have a story to tell, just tell it and just let us come up with wild shit. You know what I mean? But, you know, I feel like the internet is really just sort of, its voice is just getting a little bit too big at this point. Like I'm guilty of, you know, theorizing and you know, and fanboying out for these films and, you know, and sometimes I do have, you know, suggestions for where, you know, certain characters could progress going forward. You know what I'm saying? But I also know that these were just fun conversations. Like we're posting memes online and laughing at them because they're memes. But I really don't think fans really know what they're asking for. And studios are like sort of, you know, listening to it. And, you know, I hate it. They've done it with Star Wars. They've done it with, you know, the DCEU, and now they've done it with the Fast franchise. You know, I mean, call the Fast franchise crazy and over the top, but at least there was like a consistent feel to it. You know, I mean, it wasn't super out there, and now it is, and it's just disappointing. I mean, for Christ's sake, they even speculating about merging it with Jurassic Park of our movies, of our IPs. That doesn't worry you? So yeah, like I said, I had fun with this film, but I don't really like where it's headed now. It's just gotten too audacious now, and you know, it's just sort of disappointing. You know, it kind of is, and like I don't hate this movie at all. I don't, but you know, it's just I feel. It's just a bit of a betrayal to the true fans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is better than the last one. I'm not gonna even lie, but to at what price? You know, it's a better movie at the cost of, you know, good action, good conceptual action set pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so I don't know. But I am feeling, you know, a 7 out of 10 for this one. You know, it is entertaining to watch. You know, it's just. The story it just could have been something greater, and not saying that the story elements of the movie were the strongest points, because it wasn't. You know, I mean, it was usually the action, but now you have the story and the action a little bit kind of just thrown together, and it just worries me. It really, and I said this with the other films, but I mean this from the bottom of my core at this point. It really should have ended after 7. It really should have ended after 7. But now they're just milking this shit like a fucking cash cow. And man, Paul would be ashamed. But that's my review on Fast 9. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you like this video, hit that like button for me. And if you love this video, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Okay? Peace.